Mark's here. Yes, Mark.
Good evening, everyone. Hopefully we are live. So we're sitting here in the dinette of our Lance model number 1985. It's raining outside. And unbelievably, it's chilly.
Yes.
That's the first time on this trip I could say it is chilly.
I think it feels amazing.
So
I love it.
So let's see.
There it goes.
There we go.
Right.
Yeah, so I think we're officially live now. So let's see what we have in the room tonight. I see, hey, Steve from Avenger RV Adventures is here. And let's see, T. Marcinic from Toronto, Canada. Welcome. In fact, I just saw your comment. You're thinking about buying an RV. And it sounds like you've got it narrowed down to a couple good choices. So obviously, you know, we're a little partial to the Tab 400. New Camp is just such an amazing company. The thing I love about the Tab 400 is when you buy a Tab, you're not buying just a trailer, you're buying a whole community.
Yeah, they're so nice.
The New Camp community, if you don't believe me, there's going to be a bunch of videos soon, if they're not already out there, from UCamp 21
from last week.
Week, and to me, UCamp is worth the price of admission alone to buy a New Camp trailer.
Fun. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
So
a lot of people and a lot of fun, and they do different activities, and it seems like this year it seemed like it was different than when we were there. Right. So, and they got lucky they had great weather, because this last time we were there, it flooded.
Right.
So, but yeah.
We also have Mr. Milinarski in the room tonight, and I bet Miss Karen is not too far from the TV or whatever we're watching on tonight. Hey, Montana Project, Mike and Trina are here. Looks like they are currently up in Graham, Washington. So thank you for joining us. Let's see.
Star from New Zealand.
Yeah. Hey, Sharon down in New Zealand. Thank you for joining us. I know it's probably getting late there, or is it morning? I never can keep it.
I don't know.
Right. We always feel honored that you stopped by our live stream. So, and we truly mean that.
Rick, I saw.
Wendy Conley, it says getting rain weather here in Connecticut too. I think you're getting the same thing we're getting. Yes. We're farther south, but
Ranger Rick.
Hey, Ranger Rick out in Colorado.
Yeah.
Hey, let's see. And I think you, Rick, you told me you had booked some stuff for this summer. So I'm guessing you got some trips coming up and maybe already taken some. Vinny Mozzarella in the house. So
you haven't missed anything, Vinny.
No, you haven't missed anything. Not you could have came in like 58 minutes late and you probably wouldn't have missed anything. But we're always glad when Vinny stops by.
Miss Karen's visiting Theo.
Okay. So Karen's not around tonight. Hey, Sherry Weber, welcome. So just to give everybody a quick update, and we'll continue to try to monitor who's coming into the room. So we are now on week 4 of our 8-week trip. So we're about 3.5 weeks into our trip, and I haven't decided if it feels like it's flying by or if it feels like a lot more than 3.5 weeks. I think it varies.
I think it does. It varies on the moment, because at times I think, man, we've only done this, or wow, we've done all of that. So we've been a lot of places.
We have been a lot of places, and we'll give you all an update here in a minute for those of you not familiar with where we're at. And Poodle Professor's here. Hi. And Samantha, for those of you that don't know, Samantha Harpenow is our niece. Many of you know her very well and have supported her with her health struggles and things like that. So, yeah, I know, Steve, it's crazy that it's already been almost 4 weeks. It'll be 4 weeks on Saturday.
I know.
So we're coming up to what I call the intermission or the halftime, which it worked out perfectly.
Yeah,
tomorrow we're headed to my cousin's, and we're going to be mooch docking for 4 nights and hanging out with family. I got my aunt and uncle from Texas are flying in, and we're just going to spend some quality family time with my cousin Jackie and my cousin Pat, who's 91 years old. Yep. I had told Pat, some of you know this story, last summer during COVID. She's 91 years old. She lives in a retirement community and has been basically on lockdown up until just recently. And last summer, she made the comment that she was going stir crazy because she couldn't have visitors. She wasn't allowed to basically leave her room unless it was a doctor's appointment. And I put a post on Facebook and said, Pat, when this is all over, Patty and I are coming to Maryland and we're taking you out for seafood and adult beverages, because Pat at 91 still loves a good cocktail. And it wasn't 2 minutes later, I get a response and it said, I'm holding you to that, or something along that effect. And so I'm making good on my and we really want to see Pat. And Jackie. So we're looking forward to that. But yeah, this for 4 weeks, it is hard to believe. And just a quick recap for those of you that maybe haven't been able to follow along on Instagram and Facebook. We left May 30th, Sunday, May 30th, Indiana. And we have been to Hot Springs, Arkansas, where we met up with Bobby and April and Russ and Carrie. And we shaved Bobby's beard. Ended up raising we raised $12,000 or a little over $12,000 for Make-A-Wish. And thank you to all of you who helped with that cause. And there was different ways people were able to help. Some of you did direct donations to Make-A-Wish. Some of you just supported our channel through watching videos. Patty and I, through Travels with Delaney, donated, I believe it was around, for the year, we have donated over $2,500 to Make-A-Wish. I know that. $250 went to Make-A-Wish Mid-Atlantic for Paul Chamberlain's fundraiser, the Air Force guy. And then about $2,300 we donated through Travels with Delaney to the big campaign we had. And again, we would not be able to do that without all of you watching our videos and buying products through our Amazon links and things like that. So, so then after the big shave, we headed to Round Rock, Texas, where we, ran into a little issue where we thought we were going to get work done on the trailer. And for those of you that haven't heard, when we got there, they didn't have the parts to do the recall work. So that was kind of a bummer. Now, I do want to say, and I'm going to talk about this in the midweek update this week, because I've seen some people respond to our midweek update like, oh, you'll probably never buy a trailer there again and different things. And I just want to say, number one, PJ was not there the day we were there. No, she was on vacation. And about a week ago, I think it was. It's all running together. I had a voicemail from PJ asking me to call her. She had just found out, and PJ and I talked for probably close to an hour on the phone. I think so. And so, no, we still love Princess Craft. PJ is a friend, and I told her that. She was kind of down because she doesn't like the fact that happened to anybody, regardless whether it was us. And I had to remind her. Somehow I think I started doing counseling on the phone, but I had to remind PJ that Princess Craft is still a great dealership. Did they screw up? Did they have a breakdown in communication? You bet they did. And they're going to learn from that. But the truth is, I told her, I said, I'll throw out 2 words for you, because she was really down. She feels like the dealership didn't do well. And I told her, I said, let me give you 2 words to make you feel better. Camping World. Okay. Because Princess Craft is so far and above better than most dealerships. And so anyway, we dealt with it. It happens. Was I frustrated? You bet I was frustrated. Oh, yeah. So much that I didn't even let them work on the trailer at all. I just said, I'm not even unhitching. And we went out. We had a great time. But okay. So moving along, we spent, 3 or 4 nights with my aunt and uncle. And
lots of fun there always. Good food.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing food.
Then we headed to Surfside and stayed at Brazoria Beach, right on the water.
So cool.
That was a bucket list.
Yeah, that was cool. Right on the beach. It was just beautiful. We got so lucky with the breeze, because it did keep it cool for us. But we used the icy breeze too to help cool things down.
Icy breeze has worked well. I saw somebody today left a comment on my video about how they bought it and it won't cool down something. And
it's
again,
not going to make it cold.
No, it's not. Icy breeze is not an air conditioner to cool a trailer or whatever. It's designed to keep you cool.
The pups loved it.
The pups loved it.
They would lay right in front of it and let the breeze come out and get them. But we used that. We got a tower fan. And then, of course, we had all the windows open, even our big window. And the breeze it was perfect. It worked really well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And then we left there, and I'll speed this up.
Yeah,
So
we went to New Orleans.
Went to New Orleans, spent one night, amazing Harvest Host.
Faubourg
Brewery.
Amazing.
Yeah, if you're a Harvest Host member, you're going to New Orleans,
amazing.
Highly recommend Faubourg.
Beautiful.
And what's great about Faubourg is your first night is complimentary, but you can stay additional nights for $20 a night.
Pets are welcome inside the brewery.
Super pet friendly.
Yes, so we did that.
But we ended up leaving a day early because we had a tire issue.
Yep.
Our trailer had a tire that was wearing really bad on the inside. So we hightailed it to Pensacola to Discount Tire, where we ended up getting a new tire, getting an inspection. They ended up balancing, rotating.
They were amazing.
And then we stayed at a Harvest Host in the Panhandle, a lavender farm.
Yes.
That was amazing. And then we went to St. Augustine, where we spent a couple nights. Unfortunately, we didn't get to do what we wanted to do in St. Augustine. We had planned to try to do a meetup. That just didn't happen because the tire thing put us behind schedule. I had a deadline for a video. And so I spent a whole day working, basically.
Right. And we spent one of those days just kind of regrouping the trailer, meaning
sanding it, getting all the sand out.
Yeah, and laundry and stuff like that. And the pups got to play in the ocean, so it was fun.
And then we headed north. We stayed at Whippoorwill Farms in South Carolina, an actual working farm, regenerative farm, which we can talk about later.
And Truman loved the chickens because he could watch them. He loves birds, so he was having so much fun.
And then we left there, and then we spent the night at Camp Pedro. Any of you who have ever traveled I-95, you probably know historic south of the border.
That was interesting.
And then tonight we're coming to you from the Outer Banks.
Right, because we kind of held up at Pedro's. It was actually a good thing because that's when the tropical storm was coming through. And we weren't in it by any means. We weren't in any danger, but it was a good thing we didn't get here. We actually had a good day here. Yesterday was our best day here. We knew today was going to be. It was going to be a rainy kind of afternoon, and we actually got lucky. It didn't rain until later. So yeah.
So that brings you up to speed on where we're at in this trip. Over the Hill RV, welcome.
Ookie the Frog is here.
Ookie the Frog is here. Everybody knows our friend Abe.
Phil and Judy are here. Hampton.
Let's see.
You might see that on your list there.
I'm going down, and let's see here. A lot of chatter, which is good. I love it when people talk. I don't know how to feel about the. Okay, that's with Mark. I'll leave that.
There's Phil and Judy.
Ookie says he really likes your hair, Patty.
Thank you.
And so yes, now I see the Hamptons are in the house. It says the Hamptons are in. Got to meet several TWD peeps at UCamp, and they got to meet PJ and Lindsay as well. I'm glad you did.
Bobby and April are here.
Bobby and April.
And there's the kiddos.
And Patty's in trouble. She got Katie
him in trouble.
Maybe you might have to explain that later.
Well, yeah.
So yeah, Phil and Judy, I wondered, I was getting lots of messages from people who were at UCamp, and I kept joking with people like, you guys could have your own little TWD meetup without us. So I think there was quite a few of our friends there, and I would say 99% of new camp owners still like us, and there's that 1% that disowned us the minute we got rid of.
That's okay.
And that's okay. So
that's okay.
And we appreciate you not disowning us.
It looked like it was a lot of fun. We saw some photos.
Ookie says Truman and Bess are really X-Men and can control the weather.
I wish.
That would be great if they could. I would. Yeah, I'm not going to share information. I was going to say I could share Bobby's information, but that's his information.
That's Bobby. Let Bobby do Bobby. Yeah.
And the Merrills. Oh, you met Brian and Roxy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Vinny, thank you.
Hi,
$5 for the tire fund. Oh, we don't have the little blowers that you like to do. Whee! Okay, now we're going to get crap about the when Kuzman gets on about the prop fund.
They might be back in the multi-purpose room.
So
I bet they are back there.
Maybe
somewhere.
They're buried. We have so much crap on this trip.
It's like I can't keep track of some of the junk. So
actually, the tire was not as expensive as we thought it might be. My bill was $246, but 75, I want to say, of that was Discount Tire has some kind of like warranty deal that you can buy on tires. It's like 18 something a tire, where number one, he said I can pull into any Discount Tire and they'll rotate and balance my tires for free. And then if we do have something like a nail in a tire or something like that, if they can't fix it, then I guess they buy you a tire. I don't know. To me, it sounded good. So I guess of the 246, can you do math? I don't know.
Today?
But I think the tire itself was 128. And then, there's always like an install fee and a disposal fee. But I didn't think it was too bad. And then the other nice thing, I was really impressed at their honesty, because he could have just sold me 2 tires, so we had a matching set, but he crawled under the trailer and he goes, hey, did you know that your spare is an actual Goodyear Endurance and it's on an actual rim?
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And he goes, so if you want, we could just pull the spare, make that your second new tire. The one tire that we're going to pull off is not bad, and then that'll be your spare and it'll save you buying a new tire. I was like, okay, like, how are you going to argue with somebody being honest with you?
Because we were trying to figure out, like, was it a bad axle? Because you had heard on some of your
we thought
blogs.
Maybe it was a bad axle, but he didn't think so, because he says typically if you have a bent axle, both tires would be wearing irregularly, and the other tire wasn't.
And you weren't feeling a pull or a drag or something weird.
And he also was looking at things like how straight the tires were, and both sides look really straight. We had heard it could be possibly a wheel bearing, but he didn't seem to think that was it either. He felt like, and he said, he was very honest. He said, I'm not an expert on RVs, but I see a lot of trailers come in here to get tires. And it seemed like to him, most of the time, it's a weight issue, to where it's weight distribution. And it just happened that the side where there's all the wear is the slide out. It's right here. And then you have all the storage in the slide out. So I've actually tried to move a few things around, try to,
balance out the weight some more.
And then we're just going to keep an eye on it and see if it wears again. So,
so that was kind of like, oh, good.
So that was,
but those guys were great. They were like NASCAR.
They were like
when
NASCAR.
When you pulled the trailer up there to the doors, those guys came out, 4 of them. They jacked the thing up. All of a sudden, those tires are gone, and they knew what they were doing.
Right.
They were on it, and
they were good.
Yeah, they did a good job.
Hey, Al, where are you guys at? I know you were in Pensacola. I think maybe the same time we were, which I didn't know at that moment, and hopefully you survived all that rain, because I think you were headed west towards Mobile, and they got flooded. So, let's see. I gotta get back to comments. So, anyway, thank you, Vinny, very much for that.
Bill Porter's here.
Oh, hey, Bill. Good evening. How are you guys doing? Have you been out camping with Fitch lately?
Yeah.
I'll apologize if you have. So. No, I like Dave. Dave and I tease each other. Yeah, you were there last week. Yeah, I think we were maybe in the same area at the same time. Now, we only ended up staying the one night. We didn't actually stay in Pensacola. We ended up, Bill says yes, LOL. We ended up, Patty was able to book us a site that afternoon on the drive over at Gulf State Park at Gulf Shores. And we just kind of wanted to try it because everybody was telling us how great it was. And honestly, it is a nice state park. It's,
huge.
It's a big state park.
Didn't realize how big it was.
But we didn't know this when we booked it. We didn't know it till we got the email confirmation and saw the price. It was $60 a night with tax. Thanks. Now, in all fairness, it was full hookup, water, sewer, electric. But for a state park, that's just a touch on the high side. And honestly, I think we both agreed when we go back to Gulf Shores, we're going back to luxury RV resort. This is not sponsored.
I liked it because
I bought this. Okay?
Yeah, it's a smaller park, and we were really close to the beach. The walk, you could walk to the beach
from Gulf State, but it's a hike.
Yeah,
a lot of people were riding bikes up.
I see why they rode their bikes. Yeah,
and the other thing is, there's nothing else down there. Where at luxury, You have restaurants you can walk to and stores and
gas and things like that.
And I just like the smaller park.
Yeah, me too.
It felt, even though the sites were probably closer at luxury.
I think the smaller is more my speed, so yeah.
But, you know, everybody likes different things.
Right.
And that's
but
cool.
We wanted to check it out. We might, you know, we thought about maybe next spring break, but now we know what it's about. So,
yeah. So.
Yeah. Well, they actually had camper storage too. That was cool.
Yeah, you could pay to store your RV
like
there.
If you wanted to go somewhere else, I guess, or stay at the beach in a condo or whatever.
Al says they stayed at Mayer State Park. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, in Alabama.
Right, yeah.
That's the one. I don't know if you remember. I pointed out we were coming after we left Mobile. We went over that bridge, and I said, over there's a state park. You saw some campers.
Right.
And then the cool thing was at Gulf State Park, we pulled in, and I said to Patty, I said, hey, there's an Avia.
Yeah.
right beside where our site was. And then I go, wow, what are the odds they're in a tundra, a beautiful white tundra.
Well, didn't they have the watchdog?
Yeah. So then I'm outside filming because it was getting dark out. I'm just filming a little clip. And I'm like, I think on camera, I say something like, oh, well, they have a Hughes Autoformer watchdog. And then I go, well, that trailer's got a Princess Craft sticker. Yeah. And just about that time, out comes Cheryl, the owner of the Avia. And her and Seth actually watch our channel.
Yes.
And so we got to have a conversation and meet them. And they were on their way back to Texas.
Yep.
So that worked out perfect. Yep. So
sure did.
We always love running into
cool.
people and getting to talk. And so let's see. It says, man, stuff to do is high on my list. Even just a place big enough to walk around. Okay, I might be out on.
I'm not sure there, babe.
Cross Country RV Tech and Solar, welcome. Thank you for stopping by tonight. Oh, frost warning last night here in Michigan. That's how we start. Wow.
We haven't seen that cold. Because we were talking about it today, how when we left, for spring break, when we went south, how cold it was when we camped on the way. Now we're talking the end of March.
Yeah.
And then how a week or two before we left for the summer trip, we had a cold spell in Indiana where people were having to bring in their plants because of frost. And then how we've had to deal with such hot weather. Because even we were hearing out west, some of the weather temps are up this summer out west. So, it's been crazy how hot it's been.
So a couple things I thought we would share tonight, and then please we'll get into questions, because that's one of the reasons I said to Patty, let's do a bonus live stream. Because if you remember at the start of the month, the live stream was shaving Bobby.
That was fun.
And we had a great time, but I felt like we didn't get to do our usual interaction with you guys. So that's why I said, let's do a bonus live stream this month.
Yeah.
And, but there were a couple things that came up when we decided to take this trip, where we said we're going to go east, and I shouldn't say everybody, but a lot of people thought we were nuts because we didn't have reservations, and there's more people with RVs this summer, and the East Coast
is so packed anyway, and not a lot of boondocking or BLM land and stuff like that.
So when we left Indiana, I had 45% of our nights booked was all. And even that, I don't think we decided to go east until April.
Right.
So we were able to get those all booked April and May. And so everything else is either mooch docking. So there's I don't remember the exact percentage, but there's 7 or 8 nights where we're mooch docking at relatives' houses. Everything else, we did not have a reservation when we left Indiana. So I was even a little concerned. I'll be honest. The day we left, I kept thinking, are we nuts? Are we going to be able to find places to stay? And I can tell you now that we're almost halfway through the trip, we have had no issues.
No problems.
And if there's anybody who's afraid to get out there and travel this summer because you think there's no place to camp, I'm telling you, there have been plenty of places.
Well, even here where we are.
They're not even full tonight.
No, they're not. And they might be due to the weather. People may have canceled. But even last night.
No, there was open spots that said open.
Yep.
And we're at the National Park Campground.
Seashore,
Yeah, National
Cape
Seashore.
Hatteras, yeah.
So, no, we have had, and it's funny, I'll just ask the question, have you had any issues? No, we have not. Now, here's what I would tell you. It is, you might not get the campground you want, or you might not be able to get a specific site that you want, like you wanted lakefront or you wanted oceanfront. But I'm telling you, if you just want to go camping, there are campgrounds out there with sites. only one place that I checked did they have no availability. And actually, I'm glad they didn't. It was a KOA in South Carolina. They were sold out on a Saturday night. We ended up doing Harvest Toast instead, which was awesome. So, but I was even worried about Harvest Toast. Would we be able to get into Harvest Toast?
We haven't had issues.
No, we haven't been turned down for a single Harvest Toast.
Well, we kind of, to be fair, we've kind of called ahead of time.
Well, yeah, we call what? Would you say 2 to 3 days in advance on Harvest Toast?
Check and make sure to get it set up. So we were trying to be ahead of the game.
Right.
And because we had those gaps to fill in because you had the major sites booked. And then when we got hot, we had to change things up a little bit. We were able to find, because at one point the heat index was 107 in Texas. Yeah, so we did. So we had a reservation at a Harvest Toast in Beaumont at the Poor Brothers Brewery, which we were super excited about. Right. Because the deal there is you serve yourself. They give you like a credit card thingy. You insert it, and then you pay by the ounce. That way you can go around and try different beers. You just get an ounce at a time. And then if you find one you like, you can put as many ounces as you want, but you're only getting charged for the number of ounces. But when I called them, they said, yeah, that's not a problem. We do have a big event going on that day. It was on a Saturday and it was going to be from 10 to 7. And she said, what time are you going to arrive? And I said, well, we were thinking 3. And she's like, well, can you come later? And I'm like, well, I guess we'll try. And she goes, just come. I'm sure there's some place you can park your rig. Well, that had me a little nervous. And then, so that day, as we got closer, like Patty said, the heat index was like 107 out. And I'm thinking, if they have a big event in their parking lot, they're not going to want me running the generator. And there's just no way. So I ended up calling and canceling. In fact, they were because she had told me this event was going to be huge, that it was all hands on deck. They didn't even answer their phone. I left them a message. I pray they got the message because I don't want to be that guy that doesn't cancel. But I did leave a message explaining why we were canceling. And my guess is they were probably thrilled we didn't come. Well, it just sounded like they're having a huge thing. So we ended up, I got online and I found a KOA in it's Lake Charles East / Iowa, Louisiana. Yeah. It's a brand new KOA. We got a full hookup site for $40 with tax with our KOA discount. And it was nice. Staff, super friendly. Just a really nice one. Gave us a chance. Well, one, we had air conditioning, and it gave us a chance to get laundry done. But that's what I mean. That was a last minute on a Saturday. We had to switch it up. Yeah. So yeah, there are. I'm telling you, there's places out there to camp. Camp Pedro, it was half empty. Yeah, it was. Oh, Adam's in the house, and he says, "Oh no," he says, "I've given up on camping. I can't get into the places I want to go." Sad. Oh Mark. No, So Adam, I don't know. Maybe that's what I was addressing is you may not get the campground you want on the date you want or the site you want, but if you're just wanting to go camping, I think there are places out there that you can do that. So, thank you, Mark Milinarski, the Shaker of Salt Fun. Thank you. So I sent Mark a picture earlier tonight of Patty holding a salt shaker. I think I actually posted it on Instagram. I think so. And I said we found it. The lost shaker of salt. We were having margaritas. So looks like Vinny had a question. Yeah, Vinny says, what do you think of the new Harvest Host online requester? We're liking it. We booked July 4th weekend at 3 Harvest Hosts with no issues. I like it too, Vinny, because one, you don't have to talk to anybody. You can just go in and you can see if it looks like there's availability, put in your request. The only issue I've had so far was, and it was actually that brewery. I had put in the online request and we had not heard anything for over 24 hours. And Harvest Host says, if you don't hear back within 24 hours, you should call the place. So that's when I called them. They acted like they knew nothing about the online, but that's when she explained that we could come. But otherwise, no, it's worked out great. I think we've done that with 2 other Harvest Hosts online and instantly responded, been approved. And so, yeah, I think it's great. And it seems like more and more of the hosts now are having the online. Right. So I think it's going to be good. I think it gives you a
And
chance to
we're
book
gonna
out
need
ahead.
some more harvest toast on this trip. So I'm hoping we won't have any issue. Now, see, I probably should knock on wood.
Jinx
Everything's been
yourself.
going so great with the reservations.
Yeah, don't jinx it.
So, but Adam, I'm sorry to hear you haven't been able to get the
know.
reservations you want. You know, I mean, like in Florida, a good example is, I mean, you know, what I bet you trying to get into a state park
Might have
unless
been tough. Yeah.
yeah, unless you're going to do a last minute reservation where people cancel. But so anyway, hopefully that answered that question. I figured that would be something everybody wanted to know. Poodle Professor says, I did the same thing with my recent New Mexico trip, had a couple of reservations, but otherwise went with the first come, first served parks. Yeah. Yeah. And it's amazing because it seems like early this spring, everybody was putting out fear, and maybe I was too, by saying there's all these new RV owners, there's not enough campgrounds, but it's like there's places to camp.
Well, it sounds like it's out west might be hard.
Well, I wouldn't want to be in Yellowstone this summer. Yellowstone sounds ugly.
Yeah.
So, let's see. What else? We didn't hear back on ours, but I emailed and they responded. We're good for Saturday night. Okay, good, Mark. So Mark is going to be staying at a Harvest Toast Saturday night. And so, yeah, he had the same issue, it sounds like, where he didn't hear back. But he emailed them and they responded. So that's good.
Look at the camera, buddy.
And then Mark says to Adam, keep trying. We've been able to get in some business. Florida state parks are going. Yeah. I just say, Adam, everything I've ever heard about Florida state parks is even prior to the surge of new RV owners, it was hard to get into Florida state parks.
Period.
Either you had to book months in advance or you had to wait for those last minute cancellations. So, yeah. But okay, so that was one thing I was going to talk about. Second thing, and again, if anybody has questions, just type the word question like in all caps and then ask your question. That way it'll be easy for me to see. But the other thing I was going to mention was the boondocking, because I figured a lot of you are probably wondering, how are you guys handling boondocking with the extreme heat? And I think you've already kind of talked about it.
We started off with the icy breeze, and you got your generator, which we haven't really
used. Have ran the generator once did it even run for an hour in New Orleans?
Yeah, I think you had it.
I had it going in New Orleans. I don't even think it ran an hour, and then a storm set in and completely cooled it off.
Amazing.
And so we didn't need the generator the rest of the night. I put it away.
And then this trip seems to be the trip of Costco sales.
Yeah, so last summer it was all about Murdoch's. For some reason this summer it's all about Costco. Like we don't have a Costco at home.
But hey, they've had great sales.
They have had some.
We found some really good merchandise for sale, like the tower fan that we're using to help us. And it doesn't use very much wattage.
No.
We've been using Little Red, as we call it, the little Blue Eddy that we love.
Here's the funny thing. I bought, and you guys know this, I bought the big 2,000 watt hour Blue Eddy. I paid like $1,700 for it. I really haven't used it on this trip.
No, we've used the little one.
But the little one that they sent me after they saw that video and said, hey, can we send you another one to try out and do a video on? I was like, yeah, sure. And I remember when we left, I'm like, I don't even know why I'm bringing this little thing. We have used it almost daily.
I love it. Let's say, for example, because, I like to keep it clean. And so it runs our little Shark vacuum. We tried that. It runs our little fans that we have.
It runs my coffee maker. It runs your hair dryer.
Yeah. I don't remember. Did it run the?
It runs the big fan. So we bought a tower fan at Costco. They've got them on sale right now. It's a steal, $19.99 for these tower fans, multi-speed. It oscillates. Even on high, that thing only draws, I want to say, around 50, 55 watts. So we can run the tower fan all night long on the little Blue Eddy, or we call it Little Red.
Little Red.
Yeah.
So that thing is, you can charge your phone with it. It has ports for different things. It's great.
Yeah, we charge our laptops with it because it has two USB-Cs. So that thing has been great. We literally have a lot of power because we have the two Battleborns, but because we've been using Little Red, the Battleborns don't go down very far because the only thing that's really being used with them is like the lights and Yeah.
Maybe the refrigerator sometimes.
Maybe. Well, I don't know if the battery runs the fan on that or not. But at any rate.
But yeah, so boondocking, we've been really successful at it. It's been okay.
And like at the beach, when we were on the beach, that breeze kept us cool. So that wasn't during the day, every day for 3 days, we would go in the mornings, go out exploring.
It was cooler, yeah.
We would buy 20 pounds or 30 pounds of ice at Buc-ee's, which is like the cheapest place to buy ice. And then usually the 30 pounds of ice would last 2.5 hours.
Yep.
And so during the hottest part of the day, we would have that running to keep Truman and Bess cool. And then usually by late afternoon, that sun's going down. And then that breeze.
It would just kick up, and it was nice.
And we literally just slept with the windows all open. We did lock the door. We closed the door, although we even contemplated leaving the door open because you get a lot of air through the screen door. But we did close that. We didn't even crawl under covers those nights. We just laid on top of the bed. You heard the ocean every night, and you had that nice Gulf breeze. Oh,
well, the sunsets.
And the sunsets and the sunrises
were just very pretty.
So we have had really no issues. Now, I will say this. We have cheated a couple times. So at our last 2 harvest hosts, there was an option to upgrade to electricity, and we did. Yeah. At the Lavender Farm for $15, you can get a site with electricity, and they've even put in actual concrete pads.
Oh my goodness!
With
fire
pits and grills
and
Southern Grace Lavender Farm. If you want to go to the Panhandle, Florida, you need to stay there because they're just the nicest host. They offered us free firewood. Yep. They gave us free farm fresh eggs.
Yeah, the roosters were funny.
We bought a bunch of lavender product.
Yep,
but
sure do.
And you're supposed to.
Well, there's gifts. I have gifts. Yeah. I like to do that stuff.
But that was great. So I paid $15 for electricity. So I cheated. And then at Whippoorwillow Farms and South Carolina, they actually have you can use your Harvest Host membership and boondock overnight, no charge. They also have put in what I'd call improved sites. They're just gravel, but you get water and electric, and they range in price from $35 to maybe $45, depending on if you want 30 amp or 50 amp and pull through versus back end. So we cheated there because of humidity, and we spent $35. So we didn't even really use our Harvest Host membership there. It is a Harvest Host, but and then I still bought a bunch of product. So. And I don't know how I'm going to tell that story because I didn't get a ton of footage there. I really want to tell their story because that farm is so amazing. And when I say amazing, understand this is not the Vermont picturesque farm that I videoed a couple years ago. This is in a woods that they're clearing out, and it's nothing fancy. Okay. But what they're doing there is absolutely amazing. They're using regenerative farming, meaning they use no chemicals whatsoever. Even when they cut down trees and they need to clear the land, they use the animals. The hogs go in and then
you're telling me like a hierarchy
goats,
of animals,
and then eventually the chickens. And and I mean, and one of the things I loved was up front when you pull in, they have a little stand with vegetables. And even some meats. Frozen meats.
And it's a Goodwill.
We get up there and I'm like, there's no prices. How do I know how much to pay? And then you see a box that says, pay what you can. So then when I took the tour, because Marissa, the owner, gives a tour every night at 6:30 p.m. because that's when she can do it because she works in the farm all day. And somebody asked, why don't you have prices on the vegetables? And she said, because we are in a county that is very poor and a lot of people could not afford organic vegetables. So we put them out there to help out our neighbors and people in this area. So you just put in what you can afford. And if you can't afford anything, her point is you shouldn't be punished if you can't afford organics to not be able to eat healthy. And then she said, there's even meat up there. It's crappy meat, but people around here know how to use it and make meals out of it. It was like hog's heads and I don't know. It was these weird cuts. but she said people around here know how to use it. And I just thought that is so awesome. You know, she said when we go to farm markets, we charge $9 a pound for tomatoes. I think it was a whole chicken's like $27 for an organic chicken, but they're at the farm for the local residents. I don't know. I just think what they're doing is awesome.
It's cool. Truman loved it. There was roosters.
He loved the roosters.
And they would run past the camper like on this side, and he could watch them. There was one, I swear, we named him Boots, didn't we, buddy? He had furry legs, and we named him Boots. And then for Mark Milinarski in the room, they had goats, and there was a goat we named Billy, didn't we? Because he was baying. So it was fun. He loved watching everything. You're a bird boy, just like now. That's his problem. There's seagulls back here, and he's wanting to get to the seagulls.
Sherry says she's going to Costco this week. If you need a tall fan, that's a heck of a deal. The other thing I highly recommend is the Costco margarita stuff. $8.99 a bottle. It is amazing. It's not even really margarita mix. It's like a margarita wine type dealie. Tastes just like margaritas, and it's got like 13% alcohol.
It's good.
So you can get wasted away in Margaritaville.
And I kind of agree with Poodle Professor and Avenger RV Adventure. They're talking about how it's so hot, like in Texas, and so hot and muggy in Florida. It's hard to boondock and to not use your AC. So I get that. Yeah,
and Al says we're concerned about boondocking with the heat as well. Stayed at a Harvest Host on the way down, and it was quite sticky with the fan. And you know, one of the things, and I need to send an email to Joel Holland, who owns Harvest Host. I like the name drop.
And you do.
No, I've met Joel. We've actually met Joel before, and Joel was kind enough one time to be a guest speaker via Skype for one of my classes. So I feel like I can reach out to Joel, and I've got a couple ideas for him. He may just say thanks and never do anything. One of the things I would really, as a member, would like to see, and maybe you guys can tell me if you would agree, I would like to see when you go in and look at a host, you know how it tells you like how many sites there are and if they're pet friendly. I would like a logo or an icon for, are they generator friendly?
Yeah.
Because if you know you can run your generator, then all of a sudden those hot locations become viable potentially.
It's a game changer, I think.
And right now there's no way to know. You would have to call the host and ask them. So that's something I'm going to suggest to Joel is there any way that maybe down the road they could add that option? Because we find that some places will let you run your generator if you want to.
Right.
And then other places may not want you to, because again, it's a business. So, so yeah, I think that's definitely something you have to consider. So
getting an RV's here.
Mary. Hi, Mary. Hope you guys are doing good too. You know, I actually just suggested to somebody the other day they should check out an Oliver trailer, because somebody was looking for a higher quality built trailer, but small and lightweight, and so that was one of the names I threw out. Let's see. Al says, yeah, if you can use the generator, and again, that generator can that would be a big. You know, I'm trying to think where we've been told. Well, a good example was in New Orleans, Faubourg. I think. Well, the reason I knew, there was a lot of people who had left comments, and they said you could run your generator there. So that might be something else we could all do. Is if you stay at a Harvest Host, if you could go in and leave a comment
for others
and say, you know, especially if you like it, leave a good review, but also if they allowed you to run your generator, leave that in the comments, because that way, because I always do that before I book a Harvest Host, I read comments. So that would be something we could all do until I can get Joel to, you know, possibly take my idea. Hey, Dreaming Out Loud RVing, you're not late, you're right on time. You didn't miss much. That's why I told somebody who came on early. It was Vinny. He was 2 minutes late. I told him he didn't miss much. So,
didn't miss much.
Yeah, Mary, that's why we wanted to do like an old-fashioned live stream, because earlier in the month we had a really good time shaving Bobby, but we didn't get to do the conversation.
His beard.
So we just thought this would be fun tonight to just hang out and chit-chat. It is currently raining. For those of you who may be late to getting in, no problems. We are in the Outer Banks, North Carolina. Currently, it's raining out. It's been raining since about 1 o'clock today. And we are at the National Park Campground. We have no hookups here. This they do have sites with electric, but when I booked, they didn't have any available. So we have not ran the generator, though, in the 2 days we've been here.
No, didn't really need to.
We've just used the fans, and it's been so windy here that it's enough to kind of push the air.
Yeah.
I was prepared to run the generator. They said we could.
Right.
But
people have.
We've heard people running generators. So
there is a camper. I don't know if she left today, but they had 2 Cavies, Cavalier Spaniels. They didn't have Truman's color, but she had the tricolor, and then one that looks like Bess. And Bess is sleeping over on the bed. But that was kind of fun, wasn't it, buddy? Got to meet some cousins.
I don't know what this is. Travels About and says, "Dang it, Bobby." And then Mary says, "And Bob's beard is coming back." It is coming back. I tell you what, I can't believe how quickly that thing's coming in.
Some growth going.
I know. I know.
His daughter was so funny.
Katie,
because when the beard finally came off, and then he did the reveal, and he cleaned it up. We go, "What do you think, Katie?" And she goes, "I don't like it." But it did show us, the ones watching, how much his son looks and him look identical. So
Mary, Bess is over on the bed sleeping.
I can get her here. But
we'll get her before we go off. We'll wake her up.
She likes to lie on the bed, and she protects her food, and she doesn't want to be messed with. This guy likes to be all over the place, as you can see. He's up and down, looking out the windows, and all that good stuff.
Hey, Terry Zaleski up in Annapolis. Yeah, you know what, Terry? We're gonna be we're gonna be in Ocean City here for a couple days with relatives, and we're so excited because we saw the temperatures are gonna be like in the 70s the next several days. So, and I know you guys, I see here you said it was 94 on Sunday. So this weather's crazy. Lisa says, "How about you ask Mr. Harvest Host to include small teardrop trailers that use toilet tents?" Yeah, I know that's been a contentious point. A lot of it has to do with the businesses.
Yes.
And the thing is, some businesses are very protective of who's even camping. Others that we talk to, they say like, well, there's the Harvest Host rules and then there's our rules. And, like technically, I think they say you're not supposed to cook outside at Harvest Host, but like at the Lavender Farm, she's like, we give you a charcoal grill. So we don't care if you cook outside. Like, we want you to, so it seems like different hosts are different. And I think the big reason why they've always said self-contained is because, again, it's supposed to be more like a boondocking experience, like just kind of go in, spend the night and leave, versus true camping where you set up.
And it's there for days.
Yeah. It's just some places, some hosts are more welcoming where they're like, sure, get out the yard furniture and get out the barbecue. And then others are like, no, we're a business. You can park your trailer here for the night, and then we need you to move along. So it seems like it really varies from business to business and
what they want.
Because I know I've had a couple of people tell me from videos like, you were cooking outside at a. So
did you see Mary's question?
Yeah, the Blue Eddy is doing great. Now I will tell you this, Mary. If you remember, we bought the big one, the 2,000 watt hour one. That one we've hardly used at all on this trip. The one they sent us for free because they had seen my video and said, we'd like you to try out our smaller one. I honestly didn't know what I was going to do with it. We've used it almost every single day. The little 21 pounder.
We call it Little Red.
Patty and I love it. I make my coffee with it when we're boondocking. Patty blow dries her hair with it. We're running a tower fan off of it. We charged our laptops with it. iPads.
Everything. Technology,
I think there was. Patty used our Shark vacuum. It will run our Shark vacuum.
I wonder if it'll run it. And I'm like, well, let's see.
She was so excited to get to sweep the trailer when we were.
Now there was something you tried to run with it, and it didn't. It overloaded.
Well, it won't run the toaster. The toaster takes too much. And the Vitamix. It won't run the Vitamix.
Right. Yeah. So.
But the big one would run the toaster and the Vitamix. Yeah. So I am totally sold on the Blue Eddy. And honestly, I'm super sold on the EB70, which is that one that you can still get right now for like $499 that has 716 watt hours with a 700 watt pure sine wave inverter. So And yeah, okay, I think I answered the question. Which one do you like better? Yeah.
Do you think Bob's wife is April?
Where's it? Is April on here?
Scroll down, I think.
Okay.
Sorry, I saw Bob's wife.
Oh, Bob's wife. Yeah, that's April. The kids and I are so happy to have a more familiar face back. Yeah, I bet. You're supposed to be shopping. LOL. Oh, now they're getting into it. Wondering what we're shopping for. Hey, Mark, thank you. It looks like Mark has put up the link to the Make-A-Wish. You can still donate. That link's going to be up, I believe, the rest of this year. So, oh, hi, Bob and Joanne. Or I'm sorry, Bob and Joan in Havana, Florida. It says, you both look so happy. Keep making memories. Thank you. Yeah, we are happy. I mean, we're having a great time. And so, and then TLB is here. It says, good to see you all. I'm just kind of going back and seeing if I missed anybody. Getting an RV, Ocean City, Maryland. If you are, you won't be too far from. Yes, Assateague. Yes, we actually camped, Mary, 5 years ago. I think it was. We came out to visit my cousins, and we camped at Assateague State Park.
Yes.
And the horses were literally right in our way. Oh, hey, Shelly Norris. Shelly's on.
Hi, Shelly.
How's the tab still doing, Shelly? You still having good luck with it? Oh, do you think it would run an induction hot plate? Yes. Didn't I run? You
ran the we had to get a induction cooktop.
Yes, I know, but didn't I run it off of Little Red?
I thought you did.
I did. Because the induction has different heat settings. So I think I set it to, I didn't set it on the highest setting, which was like 1,000 watts. I set it a little bit lower, but I was able to boil water, I believe. I can't remember if I cooked breakfast that one night on it. I can't remember.
I didn't remember, honey.
But I'll do some more testing on the induction. I'll let you know. Question. How do you charge the Little Red? Okay, so I've been using, so there's 3 ways you can actually charge it, Rick. And I'll tell you right now, I don't use solar because I don't have a portable solar panel with me. So you can do 12 volt, but it's really slow. Like our 12 volt ports here, apparently, I don't know. I don't know if there's different 12 volt. It's only putting in like 35 watts. With 12 volt, which means it would take like 2 days or 20 hours, about 20 hours to charge it. But on 110, it puts in close to 200 watts. So here's what I've been doing. I will just plug in the 12 volt and pull off of the lithium during the day. That's one option. It's not a lot, but it helps. But what I like today, what I did was because we drained it yesterday.
Yes.
We woke up this morning, the fan was off. Everything, it was dead. So today, what I did, because there was so much sun this morning, and our batteries were full, I went ahead and turned on the inverter in the trailer and plugged Little Red in. And by what was it, about 1 o'clock when the rain started, it was back up to 80% already, and our trailer batteries were still fine because that's how much sun we were getting from our solar panels on the trailer. So the other thing is, what I have done is every time we do get the shore power, I make sure
we charge
Big Blue. I'm calling the big one Big Blue. Not that it's blue, but Blue Eddie, Big Blue. I'm making sure that Big Blue is fully topped off and Little Red is fully topped off. So anytime we get the shore power, we charge everything up before we head out again.
Computers, everything.
So, all right.
Bikes, boats,
and bivouacs.
Hi, guys.
Hey, Scott. How's the slide up? Slide out is holding up great. We have had no issues with the slide out since Lippert fixed it, and hopefully we won't have. He was pretty sure at Lippert that we would not have any more issues because in addition to obviously putting in a whole new mechanism and realigning it, they actually put some bracing in.
So when you travel, it doesn't move.
Yeah. So fingers crossed.
Yeah.
We won't have any more issues.
And Karen E., thank you so much. Yes, flattery is the best form. Yes, imitation. I hope you like it. I know at first I was a little shocked by my color change on my hair, but I really like it. And since I've gotten it done, I really love it. So thank you. I hope you enjoy yours. I just think it's fun.
Terry, that's a good question. Terry says she wonders if the reason Harvest Host only allows self-contained is because they don't want to have to deal with local government laws and regulations on water, wastewater, and sewer.
Well, because I think that kind of got into like the lavender farm with their, because you guys talked with them about campgrounds versus Harvest Host and the stuff they'd have to do.
Yeah, if they become an actual campground, that's why.
Even the Whippert farms, they were concerned about
the same
that.
way. Yeah. So it might, Terry, that could have something to do with it. I don't know. Like I said, I think a lot of it was originally when Harvest Host and Joel Holland did not start Harvest Host. He bought Harvest Host from the original owners. But my understanding is when they originally started it, it really was just the idea that they were trying to find businesses where you could just pull in, kind of like you do at a Cracker Barrel.
Easy in, easy out.
Yeah. And so I think that's why they didn't want people setting up outdoor potties or cooking outside, because you were just going to somebody's business and it was just a place to overnight. Now, he's obviously really grown it. And so I don't know if we could see changes. The other thing is you may have heard in the news that Joel recently bought Boondockers Welcome. So now Harvest Host owns Boondockers Welcome. And I can't wait to see how
that works.
Yeah, how's that all going to work? So I think it's going to be interesting. So Karen says I do. I think you asked if
she changed her hair. She went for it, and I'm glad you like it. So I love mine. So
thank you, Terry, for that super sticker. That's so nice. Thank you. Yeah, Patty. Patty doesn't have her little noisemakers, or they're somewhere in the trailer. We're just not sure where.
They're in the.
And thank you, Mary. Mary says there's 54 people watching and only 16 thumbs up. So.
And then Sue says she has a 2021 Lance 1865.
Ooh,
1985. No, it says 1865.
Sue Wells?
Yeah.
Oh, then she wrote again.
Oh, she changed
1985. Yeah, okay. She had a typo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 1985. Can you do a video in cleaning the awning? Oh my gosh, did you see?
You did something, didn't you?
Didn't I just
or was
recently?
That just for TW Life?
That
might have been for TW Life, and you cleaned it before school was out.
Yeah, I think there is a video. There is a video. I don't remember. Is that on TWD Life?
I thought maybe you did it there.
Somewhere recently, because I
voice
cleaned.
Was in your head.
Yeah, there's a video. Oh yes, it's on TWD Life, our other channel. There's a video.
You talk about cleaning.
Where I was showing how I was cleaning the trailer using my Bugs Off pads. It wasn't the official Bugs Off pad video.
Right.
It was like a fun one that I did over on TWD Live. And I actually cleaned the awning. I'm telling you what, Sue, there is no fun way to clean awnings, in my opinion.
It just gets soaked.
You pretty much just plan to get soaked. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, some people will say things like spray it and then roll it back up and let it set for a while and then roll it back out, and that'll help loosen stuff. You can do that. I didn't do that. I just soaked it up real good, and I used my Bugs Off pads with that pole and just tried to get it all off. So Ookie says, wee. Don't tell Jim, Ookie, that we lost the little blowers. Soap and one of those long brooms. Yep, that's pretty much what it is, Ookie.
Yep.
But I can't remember if there was footage of me actually up under there. There might have been.
I think you did. I remember you told me.
I was soaked when I got done.
I was at school.
Rodney's here, Sleep. He says, we got caught up in dinner prep and lost track of time. Belated. Hey, guys, Deb and Rod. No worries. And we went a little early tonight. I don't know. It seems like we're always changing up the time, but.
When Adam joined in about the awning cleaning, he says he used Simple Green.
There you go. Simple Green.
So something to try.
Yeah.
We're always looking for ways to make it better and easier. And
the one thing I like about the awning on our trailer is the fact that it's not white under. Most of them come with the pure white on the underside, and they get so filthy. Ours is the shades
of brown or something.
Or gray.
It looks nice.
Probably shouldn't say shades of gray. It sounds weird.
Yeah, shades of gray.
I need to find this video. We just did our awning and found that the awning over the slide is pretty stink. You're talking about the slide out top.
Yeah, we haven't done those.
Yeah, well, I did.
Just kind of spray.
All I did was I had a ladder with the slide out, and then I got up there with my wand or whatever with my bugs off, and kind of, it's weird because it's loose, so you can't put a lot of force. But I guess it's no different than the big awning. So, and then Uki wants to know, Adam, does that take care of the stains, the simple green? So it's and then here he responded, yes, it helps with the stains and it's gentle. So
there you go.
Yeah, cool. See, that's what I love about this community.
People have ideas, yeah.
Yeah. So, Mary.
Thanks.
Oh, thank you so much, Mary, for that super chat.
Thank you.
You didn't need to do that. Let's see. Jen, will you be in the Outer Banks on July 4th? We plan to come. No. I said Jen. It's Jean. I'm sorry, Jean. No, we will actually be near Acadia for July 4th. So we're actually leaving here tomorrow.
Yeah.
But and we're looking forward to Acadia. We've only ever been there once, and so let's see. I'm just making sure I didn't miss anything else.
I think you're up to date.
Thinking up to date. So, I think Terry meant. Terry. Tell me if I'm wrong. I found your message here. It says hellacious misquotes. I think you meant mosquitoes in Assateague and Chincoteague this time of year. I think yes.
Biting flies.
Oh my gosh, the biting flies that one year.
Biting Delaney.
Yep.
Oh, they were horrible. Yeah.
So yeah.
And then Terry says we use LA Awesome, available at Dollar Store, which works great on both RV stains and awning stains. So he said that.
Okay. And then Lisa says, for Terry, my teardrop has a gray water tank, and I take out all waste. Well, you might be able to stay at some hosts. Like I said, a lot of hosts, and I have to watch what I say because we're Harvest Host affiliates, but I'm just telling you, a lot of these hosts have their own set of rules, and they're usually less than the Harvest Host. So I'm never going to tell you to buy a membership because if you went someplace and then you got turned in, I don't want that to happen.
Thank you, guys. Whee!
Oh, gosh.
Greetings from SpaceX, Melbourne, Florida.
Oh, thank you, Gus. Thank you so much.
Wee!
Thank you for joining us tonight, too. Melbourne, Florida.
Yes.
One of my most favorite memories is that's not politically correct. That's not grammatically correct, is it? Most favorite?
We'll just let it go.
Okay.
It's not school.
Patty's the English teacher, but
it's summer.
But when we remember when we used to go and watch the shuttle go up those 2 summers when we lived in Florida, and we would drive over to was that near Cocoa Beach?
It was a little town in
Titusville.
There was a
park, and we would sit on those docks.
And there's actually people that had that thing set up in the park.
They had speakers so you could hear
the countdown.
Countdown. And oh my gosh, we'd literally sit on these docks out in the water, and we could hear it, and then you felt it and you could see it.
And remember then I don't know if it was just a patriotic year or they just did it. Remember they played patriotic music afterwards and so forth. They just gave you the chills. So it was a fun experience.
Do we cover the 7-pin when it rains and you're unhitched? No, I don't, but that's mainly because there's the Lance has a, what do you want to call it? Like a place where you can, when you unplug from
you put your plug in upside down. Yeah.
And it holds it.
There's a little metal circle thing attached to your hitch bar.
It's a thingy. I don't know how.
That's my trim analogy.
I know.
Thingy.
I know. I can't believe I don't have it.
But you put it upside down in there, and it holds it so rain doesn't go, I guess, in it as much, maybe.
Yeah.
So
no, because it's upside down, I never worry about it. So. Catherine says, when are you guys going to be in Ocean City? We will be there Wednesday through Sunday. Well, we'll actually be there those same dates. We're going to be staying with family.
Yes.
We have a 91-year-old cousin that we're visiting and her daughter. And then we have family flying in. So we're doing like a big family get together.
Almost like a mini reunion type thing.
So we're going to be there about the same time. So you never know. Maybe we'll run into you. I know one day I want to go down and find Rita's and get some Italian ice. Mm-hmm. So, okay. And Steve says he covers his. Hard to get it.
I'm sure the gunk out would be hard.
Yeah. Don't listen to me.
This probably should be covered.
Yeah, I'm sure I don't do a lot of things. But, Oh, so let's talk about comments.
Okay.
You want to talk about comments?
Sure.
So all of the nice people are here.
Yes.
So you guys are friends. So today, and I'll be honest, like
when it last night,
I want to apologize if I have been slow to respond to comments on Travels with Delaney. Then I'll just apologize, because honestly, lately I have not even really been looking at comments for several days at a time, and then I have to go in and do it kind of spaced.
Yes.
Because sometimes the comments in there are just not nice. So if you want interaction, there's a couple ways to get interaction. Go to TWD Life, because over there, at least right now, it's all of you guys that are our friends. And so I try to get in there within 24 to 48 hours of a midweek update and talk to you through comments. So that's your best place if you want to talk to me. Or shoot us an email, travelswithdelaney@gmail.com. But over on Travels with Delaney, because it has gotten so big, it's just, I mean, people are just, I don't know. They're just people, I guess. But today, I went in today to check comments from Sunday's video, and one of the people who left a comment said, "I didn't subscribe to this channel to listen to a 20-minute infomercial." So, which my response was, "Okay, thank you." I forget what I said, and then I ended up responding again and said, "Out of curiosity, what did you just subscribe to this channel for?" Because like I do a lot of product reviews. No, everybody knows that. Like, so I don't know. And then there was another one today from a video that's almost 4 years old. Which, by the way, this week is our 4-year tubeversary. Is that what they call it? Tubeversary, YouTube-versary.
Funny.
Literally. Our channel looks a lot older because I had an account for years, but when we actually started Travels with Delaney, I believe it was June 26th. I think that was the day our episode 1 of Going West posted. And so we're celebrating 4 years on YouTube.
Oh, wow.
But anyway, there's a video about a Coleman grill that I loved.
Yes.
And we used it for a couple years.
Yes.
This guy today left this video, or this comment on this video that's almost 4 years old, like 3.5 years old. And he said something like, "I can't believe you recommend this when it broke. And the only reason you were able to call Coleman," I'm paraphrasing, but the only reason I was able to call Coleman and they replaced it for free was because I'm a big YouTuber with thousands of subscribers. And of course they would send it to me for free. And I literally responded by starting with LOL. I said, when this video was posted, we had like 500 subscribers. Coleman could have cared less about me as a YouTuber. And, I mean, it's just stuff like that that's just crazy. So anyway, those are my 2 comments of the day for you.
I like Avenger RV Adventures reply to what you were just saying.
What's that?
So Patrick, tell them the fast forward button works so it won't take 20 minutes.
Well, that's my thing. I get it. Like, I know, I'm sure I disappointed somebody along the way because I can't afford to buy all my products. And when a company like Midland, that's a quality company, reaches out and says, "Hey, we'll send you some free walkie-talkies in exchange for a review." And that's why I always say right up front, like, they gave us the product, because I want you to know I didn't pay for this. And if you feel like I'm not being honest because it was free, that's okay. I'm okay with that. But I want to always be transparent about it. But it's like, why would you leave a comment? And again, I guess I don't know. I don't know what
that thing again. It's about why people do those things.
Well, but I mean, he said, "I didn't subscribe to your channel to watch a 20-minute infomercial." Well, what did you subscribe to my channel for? Because quite frankly, Travels with Delaney,
you've been doing those a lot.
We do so many product reviews and how-tos. So I just thought it was, and does it hurt my feelings? Yeah, it does. Because I spent a lot of hours working on that video. And I really wanted to do a good job because in the video, like I said, I grew up on Midland. And for them to ask me to review their product, I felt like was a great honor. And so I worked really hard on it. And for a person to say it was a 20-minute infomercial, I don't know.
And Mary's asking, did he respond to why he subscribed?
No.
I don't think so.
And the thing is, Mary, most of the time when I do respond to those types of comments, I would say 99% of the time or 95% of the time, they will never respond back. Every now and then you'll get one confrontational person, but I was serious. I would really like to know when he says he didn't subscribe to our channel or watch 20 minutes, why did he subscribe? Because if it's for travel videos, we hardly ever post travel videos anymore because we don't travel enough to post travel videos year round. So I don't know.
Well, this whole thing you're talking about is almost like a new kind of thing we have to do at school and teach kids about how you communicate on social media and how it's easy to say really cruel and mean things through a keyboard because you're not talking to the person face to face. So it's almost like a whole new lesson that we got to teach the kids about etiquette, you know, and doing the right thing. And it's just crazy.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and thank you, Sherry. Sherry said happy tubiversary.
Yeah, a lot of them have.
Thank you. Thank you to everybody. But yeah, you know, and it's just one of those things. And it's not just us, understand. Like,
oh my gosh.
I mean, it's everybody. I mean, it's from Chet Larson when his wife was going through her chemo, being accused of using GoFundMe money to buy farm equipment. His wife, and again, most of you know, I mentioned it, unfortunately, Nicole passed away a few weeks ago. Yeah. But I mean, literally, Chet had to put out a video to say, we do not use GoFundMe that's for my wife's chemo treatments to buy farm equipment. I mean, it's just, it's every type of channel. There's just these nasty people. Right. And I'll be honest, you guys, and you know what? I get it. You might watch one of my videos, and you're not going to watch every one of my videos. Because, you know, if you already own walkie-talkies, why would you watch that video? But you're not going to leave, I know you're not going to leave a comment like, you know, or sometimes Patty and I watch videos and we'll be like, well, there's 10 minutes, we're never getting back. But I'm not going to be that mean or rude, or I'm going to waste time.
Hi, Nick's pitch. Hi from a very
wet Disney.
Yeah, they're getting rain too.
We were just watching an episode, Nick. I don't know if you ever watch All Ears.
Yes,
on with Molly McCormick on YouTube. We were just watching one of her challenges. Molly
look like fun.
Molly and what's the other? Morgan. They're Disney World challenges. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. It killed me being in the state of Florida and not going to Orlando last week. So social media etiquette is lacking in some people. I would agree, Gus. And like I said, it's not just us. I mean, we talk to other channels. You know, MJ and Izzy from Endless RVing has put out a couple videos on it.
A lot of them.
Yeah, I mean, it's you know, Dawn and Will Get It from Yankee in the South, which is a Smoky Mountain channel.
Even the one from Canada, Herky the
Cavalier.
They did it a unique way, but they addressed it too. Northern South, we watch about a family that that live in North Carolina, so a lot of people get it. It's just crazy. Because my thinking is, if you're watching a TV program and you don't like it, what do? You change the channel. So just go somewhere else. Yeah,
Mary says, look at you now on your anniversary, and we're still here, and we're with you all the way. Yeah, thank you. And that's the thing that I think kind of brings it all back for us is it's you, Mary. It's you know, I could name everybody that's in this room. You are our friends, the ones that come to the live streams, you know, the ones that send us emails periodically, or if something's wrong, you check in on us. That's the people those are the comments. You know, Mary, if you ever left me a comment where you said, Patrick, I'm really disappointed in you because, you know, you reviewed a product that's complete junk and you tried to tell people like that. That one, Mary, I would not take that I would be like, oh my gosh. And in fact, a lot of you, here's the thing. Elizabeth's not here tonight. House. She's been a subscriber for a long time, but she always tells me her kids watch our channel. And Patty knows I have this moral compass.
Keep it clean.
Keep it clean. Because here's what I always say when I'm looking at a thumbnail or when I'm thinking about a title, I always instantly go back to, if Elizabeth's children see this, will she be disappointed in me? And I will tell you, I sacrifice views to do that. Would you not agree?
True, because you want to keep it morally, you know,
clean family
channel.
So I mean, there have been a few times where I could have went in for I could have got real edgy with the thumbnail or the title, which would have got us big views. But then I always say to her, I'm like, boy, if Elizabeth's kids see this, Elizabeth will be so disappointed. And so that's kind of my moral unbelievably, it's Elizabeth's kids that keep me on the straight and narrow with YouTube. And so we know, even Sunday's video, there was part of me that wanted to do a thumbnail that said like, save your marriage or something, because everybody laughs about how when you're trying to back the trailer up, you can get into real arguments with your spouse. And I just said that one wasn't so much for her kids, but I said, with Midland, I'm representing Midland. Would they want something? And so we just went very blah. That's why the video's not performing well yet.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's what I guess I was getting at was all of you. Yep. I listen to what you say. Patty and I take to heart what you say. The others, even though deep down it does bother me at times, but then I just remember it's some complete stranger that probably they didn't care about us anyway.
Well, and it is hard. And Terry brings up a story. There was a tragic story of a van life personality who committed suicide, which her family attributed to bullying from YouTube followers. Very sad. So
that is sad.
That's why you got to just bless your heart and move on. You can't get, into that. And I like James. He says, sometimes we just want to check out the state of your facial hair.
Yeah. Hey, I've been keeping mine clean. And
yes.
And somebody just said they bought, I think it was Joan, maybe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Joan,
yeah. And see, and again, I think people think like, oh, he just sells product to get free product. No, like I actually have this setting right over here because last night there was a threat of severe weather here in the Outer Banks. So like we really use the product. Like it's so.
Okay, Mary's asking, maybe you should start another channel that has a little naughty. Mark and Ookie the Frog. What would he call it?
Oh no! Don't
get those two.
You get those two. Oh, I like this. I do what Megan tells me. Our marriage is safe. I love it. I do the same thing. I just do whatever Patty tells me. And they want to see the pup. Okay. Oh, I didn't know. Hi, Wayne. I didn't know Paul was live streaming tonight. Gosh, I feel bad now. I normally try not to live stream when my friends are on. I miss the bearded Patrick. He looked whimsical. I looked whimsical, according to Ookie.
I thought he looks like Santa.
Patty thought I looked like Santa. I told her I lost the beard. Now I just need to lose the belly. Oh, thank you, Al. She says one of the reasons they enjoy our channels because we're good people, morally responsible. We try to be. I mean, we're far from perfect. Well, Patty might be, but
I'm not perfect.
Oh no, thank you, Ookie, for the sewer. He says to remember the bearded Patrick. And bearded Patrick might come back at some point. You never know.
Tired.
There she is.
Oh, she's sleepy.
Little Truman, little Bass.
Look at that face.
I know. She's like, why did you wake me up?
This is like the disgusted Bessie face. So.
Yeah, Nick, you know what? That was something I was talking to Bobby about was the channel Big Truck, Big RV. You never see him in the videos. And Bobby and I were talking about, like, we almost wish that was us. Like, because that way, sometimes I think although he gets some nasty comments as well. And in fact, he just put out a video responding to because somebody accused him of, I forget what it was, something to do with half-ton trucks. So, Wayne says he tends to be a little last minute sometimes. Yeah, because I hadn't seen that one. Hold on one second. For some reason, my laptop's wanting to update. I don't want it to update right now. Oh, Lord,
yeah,
no, please don't update.
You go. Yes, she is sleepy.
Oh, hold on.
She's a sleepy girl. You would think she was nuts today, but this is what she's been doing lately.
We're actually gonna. And then Wayne, I don't know if you've heard because I haven't talked to Paul in a couple of weeks on the phone. I don't know how long he's planning on living at Drummer Boy, but we booked a campsite at Drummer Boy for September because we have a friend that's getting married and out there, so we're going to be out there. So I'm hoping Paul and Maureen's still there.
Right.
So, yeah, she is. The first night
in Oliver, there was a tornado watch.
Oh, yeah, in the Oliver, but our phone to count on. Yeah. And that's the thing where I think where the weather radios, Bobby says, Big Truck, Big RV needs a pep talk. I agree. He was pretty rattled, I think, by that comment, Bobby. Phil and Judy says, after a week of great donuts and rolls at UCamp. That's what I
Yeah.
miss about UCamp.
Oh my gosh, the
I
donuts.
really
the size
need
of
to
your
lose
head.
the belly.
Yeah, they're those huge donuts. Golly.
Yeah, but Steve says he's still camera shy, so he tries to stay off camera. But Steve, your recent videos, you've been a little bit more in them, and I think you do a great job. And I think it comes with time.
I think you get comfortable.
Yeah, and in fact, I'm finally. I mean, it's taken me 4 years to finally be somewhat comfortable talking with other people around. Like I used to, the minute we'd go someplace, if I see somebody coming, I put the camera down. Like, ooh, I don't want them to see me. Now I don't remember where we were. I was filming and people were walking behind me. I could see them in my camera and I just kept going.
Well, that's like we look back at photos from Texas with your aunt and uncle and we got photobombed. We didn't even realize that kid was in there.
That kid was photobombing us at the restaurant.
It's actually kind of funny. I thought it was funny.
Oh, good. Wayne says he thinks they're going to be there until at least October. So that's good. We'll get to see Paul. And I had a couple of strong, severe storms in the air while we were there. Thankfully, nothing really bad came other than a lot of rain. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's, a lot of times with severe weather, you just want to be alert.
Right.
And most of the time, probably it won't be as bad.
Well, and that's like the other night we were hooked on another YouTuber. He's a former weathercaster. What's his channel, honey? Ryan.
Ryan Hall, y'all, is the name of the YouTube channel.
And so we've been watching that when the other night, we wanted to see where the tropical depression was going and if we needed to hold off coming here. And this rain is just something different than that.
Right.
But yeah,
that would be a channel if you're traveling or even if you're at home.
We use it at home
on
too.
YouTube. Mm-hmm. His name is Ryan Hall, but his channel name is Ryan Hall, y'all. He's from Kentucky. He's a meteorologist. And he puts out regular videos updating you on what is going on with the weather nationwide. And when there are severe outbreaks, he will actually go live and to try to help get word out to people that are in those areas. So we really like Brian. He's been we started watching him in the winter. He's usually very accurate with his forecasts. And he really explains things. That's the other thing I like about Ryan.
Yeah, he explains stuff.
Yeah, so as you're looking at Dopplers, he's explaining, here's what you're looking for. And, so that would be a good one to get. Everyone on YouTube gets nasty comments, even us with a whopping 700 subscribers. Yeah, I mean, honestly, now you get more of them the bigger you get. But you're right. Even with, you could have 100 subscribers and still have somebody come across and be a jerk. So
Bessie's gonna say night. She's getting antsy. She wants to go back to her bed.
Okay, we'll put Bessie back to bed. Erlene says, hello, Patrick and Patty. Thought about you this weekend. We were at Harrison Lake State Park. Yay! I agree. If someone doesn't like what they see, they move on. We love Harrison, as you know. We love Harrison Lake State Park. One, because it's only like 45 minutes from our house. Yeah. And we love the North Campground where the sites are paved. And it's just pretty back there. They're well spaced. And
I really liked it in January.
Winter camping, I'm telling you.
It was great. Winter
camping is, Patty and I talked today, we think winter camping might be our new favorite time. Fall and winter are our two favorite times to go camping. And part of the reason we really like winter camping, buddy, you're going to fall off. One of the reasons we really like winter camping is nobody else is camping.
We had the whole campground to ourselves, and the snow was falling, and it was very pretty.
Wow.
It's nice.
So we saw the most.
Different.
I'm going to share this. I don't have pictures. I didn't want to take a picture.
What are you talking about?
The most unique camper I've seen on this trip.
Oh, yes. That's here.
So here in this campground, or it was yesterday. They might have left.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was a flatbed trailer, kind of like you would haul equipment on or cars, with a truck camper mounted on the front of it, which gave them like a toy hauler in the back / deck.
They were using it as a deck.
They were using it as a deck last night. They were sitting.
Their chairs
so think of it as a long car trailer. Yeah. Half of it has a truck camper on the front, and then the back is like your deck, or you could put like a toy on there. So
it was interesting.
That was. Yeah, Adam, I agree. Lance campers are perfect for winter camping. They're just so well built in terms of the 4-season ability. Now, Uki will tell you,
he can attest they had some trouble.
They've had some troubles, but I think Jim actually figured it out and actually saved me then. The outdoor shower has a bypass on it because obviously your outdoor shower is right there on the outside. So Jim and Uki kept freezing up this winter, their water lines. And then once Jim found those bypasses, then I think that solved their problem. And that's something maybe none of us read in the manual, or dealers should tell you.
Yeah.
But in fact, I have never even opened ours back up. Ours is still winterized, the outdoor shower. But
because that weekend was the coldest weather. That was so cold.
Steve, I don't know. I didn't notice what license plate was on that. If they're still here,
I don't know.
I'll check it out.
I didn't.
Maybe.
Well, we didn't want to like stare. We really wanted to take a picture, but we didn't.
Yeah, you didn't. You know, they were saying, "No, we didn't want to take pictures." So
we're like, "Oh my."
Yes, Terry, you are right. Randy Thornton, Randy's Adventures, best advocate for women. She's honestly the reason.
She got us going.
She was our inspiration. We were not big winter campers until Randy. We saw that video of Randy shoveling to the fire pit. I was like, well, if Randy can do it.
Ookie the Frog. We were a frozen trailer, LOL. Could have converted to a nice truck.
Yeah, you could have. They were frozen. I remember that morning at
we're like,
we were camping with them, and I open up the door and I see Jim like coming back from the shower house. I'm like,
hi Jim.
Hi Jim. He's like, hi. I'm like, what are you doing? He goes, I went and got a shower. I'm like, why didn't you shower in your trailer? He's like, we're frozen again. Like, so.
Hi Andrew, 2980. Is Karen on? Miss Milinarski? Yeah, when you went to drain their tanks, they had a solid block of ice. Looking, talking about their trailer.
Andrew says, my recommendations. This is the perfect live stream. Me, what is this? Well,
this is an RV channel.
Yeah, this is just a group of friends. That's the best way to there's a group of friends here. We like to hang out and we talk about anything and everything RVing and sometimes other stuff. So I have never used the outdoor shower on my Lance. Honestly, Adam, we have not used ours on this trailer either.
Are you
and
sure?
That's what. Did we use it?
Did we use it last summer when we?
Oh, you're right. We did wash Truman and Bess out in Montana with it. Yeah.
Yes.
I probably should go ahead and what I would need to do is I need to remove Big Blue and then remove that panel, and then I can open up those bypass valves. Hey, Karen Milinarski, is she here?
That's what I said. I go, she must be there.
She is. Hi, Karen. Karen's here now. So now we're complete. Evan Noonan, welcome. Says hello. Okay. It's a meme, bro. Okay.
Okay.
And let's see here. So I think that gets us caught up.
I think so.
So that's kind of wraps up where we're at, almost halfway through our summer travels. So we still have a little over 4 weeks to go. Mm-hmm. And the best is yet to come because the Milinarskis will be joining us shortly, which means when we do a July live stream, most likely the Milinarskis will be with us, which might put them back in front of the Balbaronas for the most live appearances.
We should keep a tally.
We should.
Chart.
So,
and hi, Dave. Dave Wilkes says hello.
Hi, Dave. Welcome. I just wanted to say I really enjoyed your video about the rad e-bike. Made me want to buy one. So thank you, Evan. The rad bikes.
We love the rad bikes.
Yeah, those rad bikes, they're obviously pricey, but we think they're really well built and they're just so much fun to ride. And and the nice thing is you have options with the pedal assist. If you want to pedal harder, you can. The only thing I would say is, and Evan, I don't know if you've tried to ride yours without pedal assist.
It's a toughie.
Oh man, that bike is so heavy. It's almost impossible. So if your battery goes dead, you can pedal it, but
I'd be walking.
So yeah, well, thank you for that. We appreciate that. That video is from about a year ago. Yeah.
Al has a question.
Okay.
Are the bypass near the water heater on the Lance?
For the outdoor shower, Al?
I assume that's what he's talking
Yes. Assuming that your outdoor shower is right by your water heater, that's where ours is. So, you have the same trailer. Yes. It is. I'm thinking Adam, because Adam has a different, and so does Uki and Jim. They have a different trailer. But yes, Al, you have the same model as us. So where you bypass your water heater, if you are able to kind of look up in there with a flashlight, or you can, I just kind of felt up in there. There's 2 lines that run to your outdoor shower. There's a hot and a cold, and there will just be little valves on each one, and that will shut off the water supply to the water, the outdoor shower. So.
So Karen says she's driving home from seeing baby Theo.
Oh,
we'll listen. Oh, thanks,
well,
Karen.
thanks, Karen.
Drive carefully.
Yeah, drive careful. Focus on the road, not us.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, that will be fun, Sherry, with the Milinarskis. We have a really good time when the 4 of us get together and travel. So we're I've got the Milinarskis on quite a schedule, though. We are going to hit a lot of areas.
We have a schedule plan.
Yes, we and we're going to eat some lobster.
Yep.
And we're gonna see Cape Cod. We're going to go up and see Coastal Maine,
and we're gonna
Acadia.
Hit a knitting store.
Yes, I have a yarn shop picked out for Karen.
Yep.
And then we're going to drop down into New Hampshire, and then we're going to finish up in Vermont. I'm going to take them and show them some of our favorite places in Vermont.
That we like. Yep.
Yep. We're going to go to the Baird Farm and buy some maple syrup. Yep. We're going to go to Cabot, get some cheese, and we might even swing by Liberty Hill Farms and see Beth. And so, yeah, that's going to be a good trip. So,
yep.
Oh, you're welcome, Al. Hopefully that helps out. And like I said, I give credit for that one to Jim Kuzman.
Yep.
Because Jim was the one that Jim figured it out and then told me. I always try to give credit where these things are.
Exactly.
So, all right. Well, I think unless anybody has any last minute questions that you want to pop up there, I think that's going to do it. We've been on for an hour and a half. And we ran to a little restaurant about, what was that? 20 minutes away.
Yeah.
It was over on the other side of the Intercoastal, or whatever they call it here. And the place gets amazing reviews on Yelp.
So good.
But all the reviews said their food is amazing. The prices are half of what you pay at every other restaurant in the Outer Banks. And that place did not disappoint. It's nothing fancy. You go up to a counter, you order. They do have a place you can eat there. We took ours to go. And the special tonight, at least she said it was a special, and it wasn't on the menu. It was fried haddock, I think.
So good.
Fried shrimp, coleslaw, hush puppies, and fries. I don't know how much it was. I think it was $12.
Good.
Yeah,
Very
it was amazing.
But they had. So
but then she's like, "Well, we make all of our desserts. You're probably going to want desserts." And I'm like, I don't come see the case. I'm like, "Oh, please don't." And sure enough, and then I'm like, do you really make them all? And she said, "Yeah, we make them all." And I'm like, "Oh, there's homemade key lime pie." So I got myself a slice of key lime pie, and I got Patty a slice of their lemon cake. So we're gonna have our dessert now. And
we'll have a good summer, Wayne. He said they just finished school today.
Whoa, just finished today.
You must go back in September. We go back. I'll be back August 9. So that's when, because they like our semester to end by Christmas. So our first semester for the high school kids. So yeah, we'll have a good summer. And someone asked earlier if we were going to Hershey for the Hershey show.
Oh, no, probably not. We are, and part of the reason is we have that friend that I mentioned that's getting married in September. So Patty's going to use 2 of her 4 vacation days in September so we can go to this wedding. So we're going to be limited on what we can do then the rest of the school year. And hey, thanks, Bobby. You got to get back to editing. Hey, Bobby, give me a call sometime too. FYI, we'll just chat. I mean, just normal chat.
Don't scare him.
Yeah, Bobby's like, why do I have to call him? No. I talked to Russ today, so you're next. So. You're next. But yeah, so unfortunately, we won't go to Hershey this year because we're going to the wedding.
Right.
And so, plus I need to stay away. Hey, bye, Sharon. Thank you again for coming by. We really appreciate it. And once again, you get the award for being the farthest person away.
Because it's crazy. She says, I'm going to get some
lunch now. That's right. It's daytime here. It's nighttime here. So, Peter over in the UK, whenever Peter has he usually doesn't stay very long at all because it's even later
yes.
in the UK than it is here. But New Zealand, you guys are.
Yeah.
All right. So I think that's going to do it. And so again, thank you everybody so much for stopping by tonight. This was fun.
Yeah.
I love the fact that it was a small group and we could just hang out. And so, yeah. Okay.
All right.
So we will see you sometime in July. We'll have another live stream. Hopefully that one I can get a little bit more information ahead of time because I know this one was kind of last minute. But we sure appreciate you being here, and we'll see you.
Bye-bye.
Oh, hey, Johnny. We're just signing off, buddy. How you doing? Hope you're feeling better.